Coming up in today's video. Follow along as I bake my own lammas recipe for harvest mice rolls. For this, you will need 282 grams of soya milk, 405 grams of wholemeal flour, 129 grams of plain flour, 180 grams of honey, 81 grams of vegan butter, 10 grams of brown sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon powder, 1.5 teaspoons of nutmeg powder, 45 grams of dried apricot, 9 grams of icing sugar, 24 grams of fresh ginger, 7 grams of instant yeast, and a heart full of pure intention. First, warm 210 grams of soya milk in a pan. Pour into a bowl. Add 4 grams of yeast. Resist the temptation to stir and leave for 1 minute. Then add 180 grams of wholemeal flour. Mix and leave for 45 minutes. Next, take 24 grams of fresh ginger. Peel, thinly slice and dice. Warm 180 grams of honey in a pan. Add the chopped ginger and simmer for 5 minutes. Then mix in 60 grams of butter. When all the butter is melted, pour this mixture into a bowl. And leave to cool for 30 minutes. It's now time to add our honey ginger butter mix to our dough. And mix together. Now we'll add 180 grams of flour. Add the flour in a little at a time and again mix together. Knead a little. And then cover the bowl with cling film and leave for 9 hours in the fridge. An hour and a half before our time is up, warm 72 grams of soya milk. Pour into a bowl with 10 grams of icing sugar and give it all a stir. Then leave 3 grams of instant yeast to sit on top for 1 minute. Add 84 grams of plain flour. Mix. Cover with cling film and leave for 1 hour. Meanwhile, let's prepare our dried apricots and also the cinnamon mix. Chop up 45 grams of dried apricot into small cubes. Add 10 grams of brown sugar into a bowl, along with 1½ teaspoons of cinnamon. Swirl in a deosil direction, imbuing protection within. Then add 1½ teaspoons of nutmeg. Swirl in a deosil direction and imbue lucky energies into the mix. The corn spirit within the harvest mouse has both protection and luck in avoiding the reaper's scythe, and so this seemed a fitting blessing for these harvest mice to bestow upon those who would consume these rolls. Having left our second dough mix for an hour, it's now time to add 45 grams of plain flour. Knead gently. And turn out onto a floured surface. Gently shape the dough into a rounded cuboid and roll out into an approximately square size. Next, slice off the top and bottom to make 2 straight edges. Spread 9 grams of soft vegan butter over the surface. And then gently sprinkle our lucky and protective cinnamon and nutmeg mix evenly across the dough. Next, we will cut our rolled dough into 12 evenly sized strips. To do this, it's easiest if we slice across the center. Slice both halves again, and then create 2 more slices within each strip. Next, we will sprinkle our chopped dried apricot onto each slice, imbuing waves of peace into each strip. With this complete, it's time to roll up each of these strips. When rolling, roll them into more of an oval shape than circle. These rolls will be the spiral of rebirth for the corn spirit. With this complete, it's time to return back to our main dough, which has been chilling for 9 hours. Flour a surface and knead the dough. Then roll the dough into a rounded cuboid shape before cutting it into roughly 12 equal-sized pieces. To do this, it's easiest if we slice across the center. Slice both halves again, and then create 2 more slices within each piece. Roll each piece into a rough ball shape. With this done, even out the sizes of each of the balls by cutting a little off any that seem slightly larger. This excess dough will be kept to create harvest mice tails later on. Take one piece, roll it into a smooth ball, then into a mouse body shape, before flattening 3/4 of one side, leaving the more triangular head shape on the left. Next, take one of our spirals, embed it into the dough, and seal up like you would a dumpling. Carefully roll the piece forwards and back to smooth the sides, taking care not to forget where the head of the mouse is. All smoothed, carefully reshape the mouse. Then take 2 raisins and press into the mouse head to create his eyes. Make sure to embed them a little deeper inside so they don't fall out during the baking process. Then snip 2 ears for him with some scissors. Take a little of the excess dough and roll into a long string before attaching it to the mouse. Create a spiral with this tail and stick to the mouse's back as another nod to the corn spirit and his regenerative powers. With the first harvest mouse roll complete, it's time to repeat the process with all the other balls. Aren't they so very cute? With all 12 harvest mice complete, it's time to place them onto a parchment paper lined tray. And pop them into the oven at 162 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. And with a bippity-boppity-boo, these corn spirit harvest mice rolls are done. These taste gorgeous, and when you cut them through the center, you can see the secret spiral inside their belly. These spirals look even better and more pronounced when the rolls are cold, and the ginger and honey flavor also provide that extra zing to the taste. I hope my guests will enjoy this treat today, and I'll even be serving them on my harvest mouse tray. What could be sweeter than honey and ginger? What joy we'll have eating them, on this blessed Lammas day. Thank you for joining along with me on today's journey. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe and comment for more content. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!
Connecting with the land, connecting with the grain. We know all that.